Hey, welcome everyone to the Sketch Zone podcast. I'm Carlos Gomez. That's Charlie B. Williams III.
What's up? I'm here. I'm back. I missed you guys.
Yay! I'm assuming you're talking to us and not necessarily the audience.
No, he didn't miss us.
Yeah, I was talking to the audience. I missed you too, Jack.
No.
Speaking of Jack,
All right.
Jack Kasperzak.
I got you. Hi, I'm here again,
Excellent.
like last week.
Just like last week. Oh, hey, if you're trying to talk to us during the show, we welcome the disruptiveness. Otherwise, you can use the Sketch Zone podcast 408-753-8248. That's 408 Sketch 8. International callers, please use 011-408-753-8248. Hey. Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Hi.
what up?
Now that we got that done. Oh, look. Dave Atsey.
Of course.
Hi, Dave.
What up, Dave?
Yeah.
I like turtles.
Finally tuned machine this Sketch Zone podcast thing is.
It is until we get to the next session because I messed up.
All right. Well, then let's go ahead and get into the.
You ready? Okay.
Let's go up to the canvas here and let's get started. I believe every day you paint.
When you paint until you forget to save your file and don't have a sketch. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a perfect reminder to save your work.
Save often.
Just don't work blindly
Save
for
early,
2 hours on a show and then don't save, and it's just gone. But if you'd like to see what I was, if you'd like to see what I was working on, you can go ahead and watch the other show. I'm gonna try and make a new one and play catch up.
Yeah.
This is episode what, guys?
Pro tip.
130.
Good Lord.
Big.
131.
I was gonna ask you guys, should we consider last week as an episode or just like a drawing show?
I think it's
No, that's an episode.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna do extra? Okay, cool. No, that's good.
Hey, we got Sean. What's up, Sean?
Hi, Sean.
Are we 139?
Hi, Sean.
So are we 138 or 139?
This is 139, I
We've
believe.
been in the 39 for a while. 30s.
We're one or two more, and we'll be in the 140s.
I can't wait.
That's
They'll feel
how it
better.
works, Charlie. We're in the 130s for right around 10 episodes.
Yo, legit, shut up right now. Thank you for
This is 138.
it is
139.
Okay.
139, including the sketch show from last.
You guys gotta start numbering the sketch shows.
No, 130.
That makes
Okay.
it
The last,
complicated.
no,
Sorry.
the last one we did was Marco Bucci,
We
not
count well.
Marco Rubino. Marco Bucci, who was a very patient man. Do only Aussies watch this show live? I think
Probably.
only Aussies watch this show.
Probably.
Period.
Because it's like
Oh, period.
yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon for you. Right now.
So yeah, this is episode 138, unless I'm missing something.
Okay.
We had Marco Bucci and yeah. Anyway, so there, 138. We're almost into the 140s. I got a couple of I'm on the works of a couple really good guests.
Yeah,
I just
I've got
gotta
one.
just
I've got
gotta
one.
get them down.
Got something cooking in the oven?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's get back to it. Hey Shiloh. Yes.
Shiloh's here? That's a
love it.
good.
Shiloh's like my Shiloh's like my security blanket. I know I'm good when Shiloh's in the house.
And we got everybody here today.
Wow. So hey, last week, right before Jack forgot to save his drawing, we were
Did it crash on you, Jack?
No, I'm just dumb. I drew for 2 hours, however long the show was, and then when we were done, I was gonna leave it open and work on it a little bit later, and I just blanked and didn't save and shut down my computer without saving. Just no thought whatsoever.
And you know what? Photoshop don't. You would think in 2018, Photoshop just auto saves in a temp folder for you automatically.
Photoshop does. Sketchbook Pro,
I
which
was in
we're
Sketchbook
both using,
Pro.
doesn't.
Ooh, you guys are on that new.
Living dangerous tip. Hey, so we have a fun prompt from last week is swamp monster shoveling snow.
Mm.
The good thing about these shows, the drawing shows, is that I get my homework done even before we're done. Well, almost done. But anyway, this one's mine. Swamp monster in a snow globe.
I like it. That was clever.
He don't look happy.
No.
It's snowing in
he's
Florida,
trapped in a bubble.
But yet, yeah. Plus, he's trapped in a bubble. But you know,
And then the way you
woman
tied
in
his
force.
scarf, it's like old man style kind of like
Oh, yeah, he's stylish.
Give me to look like kids get off my lawn, but my lawn
because it's snowing.
Snow globe. Like there's
All right,
a really
let's see
nice
what else is
greenery
in.
underneath it.
Let's see. This is
Oh,
someone
dang.
has anger management issues.
That's not nice.
Lord.
Jerome Cab.
What does snowman do to you?
He's probably upset that it's snowing. He's a swamp monster. Swamp monster, you know, you get things chapped.
He likes it hot and humid.
Can I give him a shout out a little bit because I think that looks like that old school 1950s swamp monster.
It does. It's totally the creature from the Black
When you take
Lagoon.
that and you mix it with Tom and Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you get props to see what you did there, good sir.
So I like the pose. This is like this swamp monster is giving it his all. Like he's trying to damage this snowman.
Even better if he broken from the ice or something. It's like shut up.
We got
I love that.
Anders Creations.
Less humidity, they
North
said.
less humidity, they said. Idiots. I think this is a really funny, Sunday comics kind of twist to it. Let's see what else we got. Here's another one.
There's another one.
That's some
Pulling that old school
Frogs.
reference. Yeah. I love these ones.
I like what I like about his is his frog's tongue is frozen.
just frozen
Almost
in midair.
Almost like a thermometer.
Yeah.
In midair. I love
And
it.
his facial
You're like, wait a
expression is
minute.
Should have had it
know
stuck
what
to a telephone. I mean, a steel pole.
Yeah, a flagpole.
Yeah.
or like a lily or something. Something weird, like right next to it. What is those things called?
This is funny.
I did not throw the first snowball, but I will throw the last.
Jack is here.
He took the
Man,
dude.
he beheaded that other snowman.
Like he's
yeah,
taking
he
the
did.
snowman's hats like they're trophies.
He's just getting rid of all them snowmen.
I like
The
that.
war.
He's like the summer's coming.
This
Oh,
one
boy.
is so next level.
Oh, man.
Look at the texture though on his arms and legs,
Right.
arms and skin.
Right. This is and that shovel of snow is
He's shoveling.
That powder.
Mm.
snow. So good.
Eyes all bloodshot and red.
I mean, his hands came out really well too. The little wrinkles between the fingers, I think, are really cool. Someone got their nails did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you need that last nail.
Maestro, please. Shilling. So Shiloh did he did another like time lapse process video for this one.
Yeah, you get to watch it. That was good fun.
Oh my goodness. Shiloh, thank you for just existing.
Pulling up a reference. I take it you don't have snow where you live.
It may or may not.
I actually don't know.
Actually,
Whatever. He's got his little GPS up here.
That one's name is Garmin.
Yeah, right. And he tosses in a fish just because.
Because he's from the swamp.
Oh yeah. I love this one.
showing some love.
This guy is depressed. This is me. The last October I lived in Chicago. This was me. I was so angry that it was so bad outside.
That was me. That was me this week. It snowed on Monday. And I'm not talking about like kind of snowed. I'm saying it's.
Shiloh says no snow. So yeah, isn't that funny that he had to do research on what snow looks like?
Come,
Mr. Happy Pencil. His
he's happy to be running that piece of machinery.
Hell yeah, he is.
More power.
2018. I'm a shovel. I'm a shovel.
That's for peasants.
Like global warming my ass.
I like. So one of the cool things that I noticed about his is, especially after talking to Marco a couple weeks ago about like just laying down shapes. These trees are very nicely done. They're just shapes that he drew down there, and it sells the idea. So good work, Mr. Happy Pencil.
Mr. Happy
This is one of my favorites this week. Dude is wearing his underwear, and he said blarp. That's so good.
He's just having fun.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to make yellow snow right now.
Blarp! The snowmen cannot run away. They just have
I want to talk about someone with some anti-snow technology. Is this kid right here?
He's ready for winter.
Anti-snowmobile.
It's like a Snowbusters.
It's kind of cool. The shapes were mimicking his knees with like the elbows of the shovels too.
That's true. Yeah.
Some kind of mirroring happening. Repetition. I like it.
I like it a lot.
Good call, man.
All right, let's see. We got this guy here.
That dude's got a bone for a head.
You know what?
Look at this guy over here on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this one though. I feel like this one got colored too. Maybe not.
That's the last one. But I don't know. I know that this is Rookie Tune, by the way. So Instagram.com/Rookie Tune. I know that he wanted to get it in. But yeah, there might be a colored version by now, but earlier today this was the submission. So anyway, yeah. Good job, everyone. That's a crazy one. Yeah, I agree, Shiloh. Shiloh's had great ones this week. I agree. So with that said, let's stop that. Okay, Charlie, since you're back.
Yeah, what's up, man? What do you need?
We're going to do a character. I'm going to turn off gender just because it's a lot more fun to have that fluidity. I'm
sorry.
We got outfit, action, and then 3 expressions.
Cool. We
can even do body type. How easy or hard do you want this to be?
I think
I want it to be hard.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So let's
see. Has the last 2 weeks been relatively?
2 weeks ago was pretty hard.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago was tough.
Okay.
Last week was pretty.
We can do a hard one here and then we chill out for a couple weeks here.
Okay, so I have character, outfit. Those 2 will always be on.
Okay.
Action should always be on too, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have body type and 3 expressions. Do you want me to turn on body type or leave it off?
No, let's leave body type off.
Okay, and then expression 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Turn them all on?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. And for the record, if this says white human or black human, we are going to shuffle again.
Cool.
All right. I don't know if you guys can see that. No.
So, it's a little hot today.
All right. This week, we're going to draw a cheetah wearing a Jester outfit.
Yes. Love it already.
Okay.
Snowboarding.
Okay.
Great. I love it. This is great. It's cool. I give this. It's my gift to you guys.
Okay, and that. Oh my God! It only gets better from there. So I'll read them, and then we'll have to figure out what the hell the sentence means. All right. So Cheetah, Jester, Snowboarding, Hostile, Alienated, Wasted. Surprisingly enough, that makes complete sense.
The only trick, and this is important, or maybe we leave this up to the viewer, is where you pair those adjectives. Because is it a hostile cheetah, a hostile snowboard, a hostile jester outfit? I would say we just say
alien, right.
We just put the words out there, and however you want to determine it.
Okay. Cause I would think it was like hostile
cheetah,
alien.
Jester. Use jester outfit or just jester?
Just Jester.
Okay.
Oh, Jester
Cheetah,
outfit.
Jester, snowboarding.
Yeah, Jester outfit. That's what it is. Yeah.
And then what is it? Alienating?
Alienated.
Alienated.
Hostile.
Hostile.
And was there a last one?
Wasted.
Wasted.
Okay, that's quite a list.
So then, yeah, you preface it. Yeah, listen, it's like you got a bunch of tools.
See, I think it's good if
brushes.
you can pair them any way you want.
You got a bunch of like Legos to work with. Let's see what you can build this week. You don't have to go in order, but it is a Jester outfit, not just like another. That's not another character.
All right. So yeah, Cheetah, Jester, snowboarding.
You know what the cool part about it is the cheetah and the snowboarding. So that means the whole thing should. I think of whole thing being fast.
And you don't know. It might be a cheetah snowboard.
A Jester. Or maybe like a snowboard in the.
Or maybe the cheetah's wasted and he just can't run anymore.
And that's why he's alienated.
And he's on the snowboard. That's why he's on the snowboard. That's why he's alienated. And he's a little hostile. Because he's wasted.
Oh my God, so good.
Or he's wasted and hostile.
It's one of them angry drunks.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's
so that, my friends, is
somebody stole his spots.
Well, that was a pairing.
Let's go up to the canvas here and let's get started. I believe every day's a good day when you paint.
Watch, there's going to be one day I'm going to be out doing karaoke, and that's going to be my jam. I'm going to karaoke the hell out that song. People will be like, oh, they hit me with the boss.
The whole room and go, oh, no, stand up.
That might be a really good, a super short Carlos cartoon karaoke. Me and Bob Ross.
Ooh,
but he's gonna have to have like a little hair over his head.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Would you put him in a
rest in peace, Bob Ross?
Would you put him in like a white choir?
Did you say rest in paint?
Oh.
That's what I heard. Is that what you said?
Yes, I did. I didn't, but you made it sound so much better.
Are you gonna draw me like an angel outfit?
I could put him in a little robe. Yeah,
with a little paint bucket on there with a little halo over it.
Happy trees. Amongst the happy trees.
Happy trees. And all the trees are like.
What was that?
I love it when you guys are around. So
what's going on?
Charlie went to C2E2.
I experienced.
How is that robot? Is he in the next Star Wars? Sorry. That was really bad, really dumb.
Which
all right, let's move on.
That was one of the geekiest
get the crickets.
have ever.
Wow.
That was so bad he gave himself the crickets. Holy cow.
He didn't even let it rock.
Holy cow.
He didn't even let it sink in. He was just like, you know what? That was bad.
That was really dumb.
He's like, I'm so sorry.
C2E2. Papa beep, boop, papa beep.
See in the next Star Wars. You didn't even let me let it sink in. You're just like, you know what?
You know what? I don't feel that one.
Can I pull it back?
Backseas. Let's forget I ever said that.
And then he had the awkward laugh afterwards, like. But it still was. He tried to fill the awkward silence. It didn't work.
Don't worry, Jack. It only gets easier.
Oh, shit.
Learn how to dodge those bullets.
Man, Jack, I've missed you, Jack, so much. I feel like it's been
Dave Atsy said, "Dad joke, Jack."
That was total dad joke. Total dad joke.
No,
all right then.
I wish we had the ability to instant rewind. You know, Twitch, if anybody's on, can you clip that and just send it to me? Because I want, you know what? That was bad. I'm sorry. You know what? That was bad. Sorry.
Oh, good. Nice.
I legit didn't understand it yet. I was like, oh, then it hit me.
I just crashed Sketchbook. Good.
Did you save?
Probably not.
No, I haven't even really started yet.
This is those first world like tablet problems.
I know.
That tablet revolution is rough.
So
fun,
okay,
guys.
Yes. So Comic-Con.
Wait, it was Comic-Con?
Well, it's considered Chicago-Con.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I guess
Same
that is
people.
what it's called. See, I don't even know what. See, look at me. I didn't even know what it stood for.
It's the same company.
Right, it is. You're
Puts
right.
on the New York and San Diego. We just
Mhm.
need to be. We just need to be special and rename it to something that's so long and weird.
Yeah, you gotta be the droids everyone's looking for.
Why didn't we have something Star Wars reference as a drawing thing? Oh, wonderful.
Oh shit!
No, it's bad.
No, yo, Jack. Yo, just leave it alone. Oh, I'm about to be able to get through this segment.
So what went down?
What? You know, you just want me to talk normal after that?
Yeah, let's just move on.
Okay, so it's all in all, it was a great show. It stands for the Chicago Electronic. No, the Chicago Consumer Electronic. Oh, what is it?
Expo.
No, it's the Chicago Comics.
Yeah, you don't even know it either. It's like C2E2.
Electronic. What is it? Chicago Comics and Electronic Expo.
No, try again, buddy.
You're the one that went.
Yeah, but no.
Chicago Comics Entertainment.
That's why we use abbreviations. We don't know it. It's
Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo.
Chicago
That
Comic
was
and
close.
Entertainment Expo.
Total shade. I love that.
That was close.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There you were. Okay, cool. I'm back. So it was good, actually. Really nice layout this year. I'm a geek and been going to cons for years, big and small, and I felt like Marvel had a bigger booth last year, but they had a pretty good sized booth this year. It wasn't nothing to write home about. What C2E2 did really well this year was they reformatted how our Artist Alley was, and like we do a good job. I go with a friend of the show, which is Mr. Patrick Coleman, and his wife Marta, and then one other really good friend. So shout out to Patrick. We go every year. This has probably been about like it's the fourth year we've gone together as a group, and it's like a thing we do. It's an all-day thing, like wake up at 7 to get to his house by 8. We're in line with everybody, the big herd, by like 10 o'clock in the McCormick place or 9 o'clock. We go on with the first wave of everybody. So there's like they like hold everybody back. They had crazy metal detectors this year. They herded everybody into one area, and then they had everybody just wait there, and then they just opened the gates, and everybody had to walk. All the cool cosplay was cool this year. That was good. But what they did, which I think helped them out, Friday was their record showing of people coming out on Fridays. Fridays is generally like industry day. I never go to the Friday one because I'm at work. So, but it's the most people they've had attended on a Friday ever in the history. So they had a lot of people on Friday. And I think what happened was this year in particular, they had a lot of they spent a lot of money in bringing people for autographs and stuff. So they had a lot of different people there that was relatively big that I think brought the crowds out. And I'm trying to see. So they had like Batista. They had Dominic Purcell, which is he's on DC Legends, Prison Break. They had Carrie Payton from Teen Titans. They had who else they had here? I'm trying to think of anybody else you guys would know. Chris Claremont from the X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. They had a bunch of people. You know, they had that James S. Murray from Impractical Jokers. It's the short one, the short balding guy. I don't know if you guys watch that show. I think that show is crazy. It's a TV show. So they had a lot of TV personality people. Like where you'd be like, oh, you're on that one show. So the lines were that they had David Bautista, you know him, Guardians of the Galaxy. He's the
big guy.
Whatever. Yep. And who else they had? Who else big name they had? Phil Lamar was there. He does a lot of voices and stuff. If you know him, he was on Mad TV back in the day, the black guy. But he does a lot of voices. So he does like voices for
Samurai Jack,
for Justice League and Samurai Jack, right? They had Jim Lee was there this year. So he was signing up. They had Breckin Meyer. You know him from Super Mansions. He was in. If you saw his face, you would know who he is. What's that other show he was in? He was in a lot of different movies, but the name you'd be like, who's that? But like whatever. The guy who plays Daredevil on the Marvel on the Netflix show, Charlie Cox.
Oh yeah,
he was there this year signing autographs. Who else? There's a couple other good ones. Marissa Ray, if you know who she is. Carrie Walgreen was there from FLCL and Rick and Morty. Who else we got? Oh, the black guy from Walking Dead. Lenny James. He's like the older guy who was always like kind of talking to himself for that segment. You know, he was in the shack with the other like priest or monk guy that was like trying to teach him to. I don't even watch Walking Dead, but I did watch those couple of those episodes.
Oh yeah. He's going to be on Fear the Walking Dead now.
Yeah. Gina Torres was there too, black actress. She was on Firefly and Suits and Hannibal. She was there, or he was there. Justin Hartley was there. You know that guy. He's from This Is Us. He's the Hollywood brother. That's the actor.
Oh yeah.
You know, from This Is Us.
So when you say these people were there, what are they? They're just walking around? Are they doing panels? Or are they just
doing a mixture of panels and signing autographs?
Oh, okay.
So you have to stand in the whole autograph line for half a day. That's what you're into for half the con to kind of get certain people's autographs. I thought it was funny, and I saw this guy walking around, or I saw Svengoolie.
Yeah, he's still around.
Yeah, Svengoolie was
awesome.
Oh my gosh,
That's awesome.
Nah, I would have taken a photo with that dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how much all these. Frank Cho was there too from Savage Wolverine. A couple other good comic book artists and stuff were there. I couldn't get to talk to the guy Kerry Randolph, which I've been trying to get him on the show for years now. He does like Amazing Spider-Man and a couple other comic books. I'm trying to get him on. I met the guys who did Tuskegee Airmen, which is another cool comic book. If you haven't looked it up, look it up real quick.
Oh yeah, that is.
If you ever seen them? I got their cards and stuff, and I told them I want to bring them on the show. And they were all for it, so I will give Carlos that information so we can try to get them on the show and mention how we had Brotherman Comics and stuff like that on, a couple other, and our good friend who's almost done working on that cover for what you call it? The other I just have a blank.
Oh, you're talking
I'm getting a blank. Yeah,
Piper.
Anthony Piper. You know, we talked about how this stuff was dope too. So they were in Artist Alley. They put, since they had so many like signings this year, they put so Artist Alley was at the back of the con like it usually is. But picture the con not going. It's usually at the end of the con at the back, right? But this time it was like behind them was like signings and stuff like that and all this other stuff. So Artist Alley was kind of like in the middle of the back of the con. It wasn't like the end all be all. And it was pretty big. And I went up every row, but I always come back on Facebook and I'm seeing somebody that I meant to go see. I meant to go see Vaughn, you know, Tim Von Ruden, right? From CG2E2.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the con circuit full time. So all he does now is drive around the country to cons. And it looked like he had like a 5-table setup. Like literally,
he's going for it, man.
Did you see it? Did you see this setup? And I'm like, I was there. I don't know where he was at. So I don't know if he just like spent the extra money and they weren't in Artist Alley. I think they were in Artist Alley. He had a friend Pui, which is this other friend. He's a really good artist. Was right next to him. And I'm like, I was looking for them. So I found the Serena. You know, I saw Serena, and then I saw a couple other people that I used to go to school with. Saw them and said hi. But I didn't see Tim's. And Tim had like the biggest, like I don't know how much that cost him. Right? Looked like $1,000, you know, artist table he had over there. Like that booth had those 4 or 5 tables had to cost him like a good $1,000. But he had a nice setup. Did you see it? It was like crazy looking. You know, the gold and white.
We should reach out to him because I've been wanting to talk to him. Because I was watching him because I know he left CG2E2.
Yeah, so now he's doing the con thing full time.
That's
like they found that niche, like that class. You know how we have different classes at AI when we graduated. Obviously, we're a different type of crew that graduated. His crew that all graduated around that time. I got to know them a lot better when I was working at CG2E2 and doing the different meetups at all the colleges and stuff like that. So when I went back to AI, that class in particular, they like do the whole con thing. They've been doing it since they were like in college, and like he just, you know, Serena Guerrera, who used to be RA along with me.
Yeah.
She does. That's her bread and butter too. So him and her partner Jeff, and then Jeff's brother too, who does stuff too. That's their thing. They do this full time.
Oh, really?
Now Serena still does. She still has some like contracts with indie publishing companies. Like, so she's still like coloring comics or drawing comics. Mm-hmm. So she's a comic artist also. But like Tim and like her boyfriend's brother, they're like doing the con thing like full time. Like they'll go to a couple of different cons. If you follow Serena's like Facebook, they're at cons like, you know, I think like at least once a month or more. Yeah. All year round, you know? And,
wow,
and there's something about it. We have to talk to Tim about it because Tim left CG2E2, you know, paying job or whatever, and he figured out from the money he makes from cons, he just does it. And he's been being mentored.
I have such a good joke, but CG2E2 is of a friend of ours. And like, I'm like, I know Wes. I know how much he pays. No wonder he's taking his chances.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry, Wes. It was a joke.
And
it was a joke.
He just goes for it. Like there's some kind of him and his other friend Pooja and a couple other people. There's something in it. I don't know if you know about this, Jack, too. If you have buddies that do this, but there's something that they figured out that like, if I go to this many cons in the off season, as they call it, I create this book, get this book ready. They can totally chill out and not have to work, and like all they have to do is like travel but then it's like every weekend's like a party kind of, but it's probably a lot of work because they're doing submissions and they're doing, all the drawings at their things for every weekend. So it's a lot of drawing, but it's also a lot of like, if they're pretty good, they're probably making a lot of good money. And Tim has that like very heavy pencil illustrator style that people are like, "Ooh, I want a whole book of your stuff." So he had a look like, I'm gonna pull up his page. I think he had like a hardbound book, he was selling. Or it looked like it was hardbound, but like Tim Von, his name is Tim Von Ruden. We'll get him on the show, guys, but look him up. Everybody who's listening on YouTube and stuff like that in the chat, Tim Von Ruden. He goes by Von, V-O-N. He'll come up. He has an Instagram at Von Art, VONNART. On the page, go to that page, and I'll give it on Twitch, guys. I'll show you this. I'll put this up on Twitch, but like. I'm sending you guys the link now to his Instagram. Check out this like booth. Now it's one table you get. Count how many tables this dude had to have.
He went like, oh man.
I've never seen a booth, even from like a Kerry Randolph or like somebody that's like working for Marvel. Or I've never seen this big of a booth in Artist Alley. And I didn't even see this booth. I went to the con and walked the whole thing. I don't know where he was at. I always have trouble finding Tim at the cons. Every year I'm like, forget about it. I get home, I look at my Facebook page, and obviously he's a Facebook friend. I'm like, he's like, another year at the con, and it's like, cool. And I'm like, once again, I didn't go find Tim and check him out. I think I found him 1 year, and he had like, he had like a regular booth. And I found him in the middle of Artist Alley because I go up and down all the lines. So he looks like he's on the end, and I just don't know where he was at. But shout out to you, Tim, for having
he's definitely. He looks like he's like, for those of you guys that have never really been to Chicago. Chicago has all the streets go vertically and horizontally, but then we have other streets that go diagonally. Why they decided to do that, who knows? It doesn't matter. So there's inevitably you get to a point where you have 6 corners. That's what his booth looks like. He looks like he just bought out Sears and Kmart and Target.
I'm trying to look underneath his thing. He looks like he has at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe like five tables. Now, if I really want to be like,
and everything is white and gold.
I tell.
Yeah, he's got like a theme going.
So then we can go to C2E2 site and figure out how much it is for one table in Artist Alley.
Even him, like his hair. I know he colored his hair. Yeah, his hair and his outfit are white, and his skin is like gold. So it's just kind of like literally everything. Like, Tim, holy shit, you put a lot of.
So that's his other buddy. So the other guy on that other end is Pooja. He's right next to him. You can barely see him in the other one. He's a great artist, but does a lot of like oil painting and stuff like that too. These guys, their crew, they graduated from AI Schomburg, is like all of them were tabling,
Yeah.
Making buttons and going crazy and like.
But when you're killing it this good, I mean, look at, he's got.
How much is that book? How much is the book?
77.3 thousand followers.
Oh yeah, we need to go to his Etsy because I want to know how much that book is.
It's $30.
Okay.
$30
on the
is it hardbound?
The table. 48. Well,
yeah, 48 and 60.
So you could have had a special con price, maybe, or no? Or they probably sold it the same. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, shout out to him. I love the whole gold thing.
He's a killer.
The gold thing, and he made that sheet himself. He cut out his name and stuff on the sheet. It's like just artist. It's like doing everything.
Could you imagine if he was a wonderful artist, but he was horrible with scissors, and like the V was all like shaggy? Like how are your cuts not like your cuts are bitmapped? His cuts are anti-alias.
Oh, he talks about it too. Well, he even says it's kind of hard to find his booth, but it's a fun hunt. He started a convention 5 years ago at this show with a little startup 3-foot booth. So it's amazing to come back to the show now as an independent artist in the exhibit area. Oh, he's in the exhibit area.
Nice.
That's why he wasn't in there.
Not hard to tell. But there's a big old booth. Seems hard to
There's
miss.
even more money. I keep
Right.
talking about money, but like those same thing. Shout out to Tim. We gotta get him on because he gotta be like.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to San Diego. I wonder if that's on his list because he was talking about when I talked to him at a C2 Cookie event earlier this year. He was talking about other artists or like mentoring him that does the same thing. And they were like opening doors for him in terms of like, yeah, I can help you get you a booth at this one, and you're like he was like really networking and like
That's good looking out right
you
there.
know. So like it's really cool how it's like a whole, and I know it's like a whole another community of artists that do this all the time. You start seeing them at other cons at like WonderCon and like what's the one in Indiana that's always that's heavily board game based. It's like a national one too.
Wizard World?
No, it's like where you go for all the board game and Dungeons and Dragons and it's in Indianapolis. It's a big one. But there's an artist alley there, and obviously New York Comic Con is coming up really, really big. The other funny thing was this year they're cracking down on professional passes. So you do the professional pass months before, right? It took them like a month and a half to say yes to me. I don't ever have a problem. But I had a bunch of buddies, and me and Patrick's buddies, who had full-time jobs, did the fill out, and they denied them a professional pass.
So what's the requirement now?
They never tell you. They say
Or
apply.
is there a limit on them?
Maybe there was a limit, and they were just denying people because they ran out of them. But they never said it. It's just like, yeah, we didn't approve your professional pass this year. It was a weird thing that like some people working at other places.
It sucks to suck.
They're like currently working over at the mill and other places and are getting denied. And little on me, of course, I'm not getting denied. I got events in my thing. You can't deny me. I am Mr. Convention.
This dude.
But no, it's funny. That was a little funny side note. Other things I saw some really good artists. I think I'm going to debut one today. Let me find that on my artist inspiration because Patrick thinks my room here is a little too bare. So he's like, you need artwork on your wall. You do. I was like, I'm very picky about what I put on the wall. Please showing me Spider-Man posters. I'm like, dude, it looks cool Spider-Man posters. A little basic. I'm not a basic person. It's a little basic for me. So come on. You might come on, Patrick. You should know me better than that. He said, no, I think it'd be really cool. I think that's a really good one. And bear in mind, it was a really cool Spider-Man poster, like of the bridge, New York City. Everything was blue and white, like wireframe, and Spider-Man was in color. Mm-hmm. Kind of a different take. It was cool, but that's not really. If I'm gonna put some art on the wall, I'm gonna put some basic Spider-Man, X-Men, like so much. No. It has to be something different. So in my artist inspiration, I'll show you what I'm probably going to buy prints of. Cool. Stay tuned.
Killing two birds with one stone.
Like I did that. I think I've been doing this a while, so I'm really good. Stay tuned.
That's a good thing. Good thing you're around.
Next up, let's move
on. Well, we announced this last week. We're going to be tabling, Sketch Zone is going to be tabling / sponsoring Ground Zero Animation Expo.
Nice. Congrats.
So that's going to be, I'm super excited for that. And now that I got this one big project out the door, now I can focus on getting some things together for that. But yeah, I'm excited. It's way cool to see the community, excited to have us there, and even though they've been on the show and they've watched the show, they still are excited to have us there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Will there be interviews that happen there too?
Yeah, we have to figure that out.
Yeah, I think we're going to try and set up on-the-go interviews and some other cool surprises.
Yeah. But so stay tuned for that as the time gets nearer. I'm sure we're gonna be way too excited to not talk about it. But yeah. Ooh, you know what? We should we share our screens, or do we want this to be a surprise?
Mm.
The drawings.
Oh, I'm not sharing. I'm not working on it.
All right. Oh, I
But
am.
you can share.
I could, but
People
mine
like
is
seeing that.
silly. Mine is silly, and I want it to be almost kind of like a surprise.
Oh, then you better leave it.
Because I'm just irreverent, is what I am.
Now I want to see it.
I'll show you towards the end of the night.
Oh, I like how you did that there. Okay.
Towards the end of the night. What I did want to talk about is, I'm sure the entire planet knows that Mark Zuckerberg has been talking to the United States Congress about their part in this whole Soviet Union and the Russians like playing a part in our election, blah blah blah. But I think one of the big things that actually did come out in this story is just how much data these people, meaning more than just Facebook, are sharing, or even probably even worse, selling to the highest bidder.
Right.
And I thought that was going to be I thought that would be a really good topic to talk about, because there's so many people that are threatening to leave Facebook. And I say threatening because Facebook is almost a habit for people, and I'm included in that. I've slowed down quite a bit, but it's still, it's still there. I still check in on my family and stuff like that. So I wanted to see what you guys thought about the happenings and this supposed exodus of Facebook.
I don't think it's happening. There ain't no exodus. They ain't going nowhere. I mean, the crazy part about it to me, and can we talk about how Mark Zuckerberg looks like he controls Skynet, because he looks like a robot.
Did you see the
I just talked about it. We all saw it when he drinking that water.
No. There's a side-by-side comparison between him and Data from Star Trek.
Yeah, somebody was like,
it's so good.
Photoshop.
Like almost looks like he scans the water and like minerals. Like it's just
kind of. His eyes are real intense.
Yeah, and then there's another picture I found, or a guy at work shows me, where he has people around him, like they're walking, like it's an action shot that somebody shot with a long zoom lens, and he's just standing like this, staring at the camera as like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that creepy like. But he's supposed to be walking. He's kind of smiling. I'm like, is he doing this on purpose? He's not that creepy. Is he doing this on purpose? I don't know. It's weird because like I feel like Facebook kind of told you that they take your stuff. The only thing is that no one ever reads the terms of service.
No one ever reads them. And
we talked about this years ago. Like. That's the only way you can be like, I can go look at some Yeezys and then see Yeezys in my like Facebook thread, the next day. Like, but people just kind of ignore it and call it weird and call it, I don't know. It's weird because when you look at what they did with that other company they were working with, that company did initially tell them that they deleted the stuff, Should have Facebook looked into it a little bit more probably, but it's like, I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. It's kind of like, oh, cool. Everybody knows that's what they're doing, and people that are in the know or knows about terms of service and all that good stuff. Now everybody is like, oh, wait a minute, they are doing that. So now everybody's in an uproar about it, but that's just me. It's kind of messed up also, but I'm assuming a bunch of other companies do it. and I can see all these other companies this week like having these weird like cover my butt meetings. Like, how are we going to fix it if this happens to us? Like, what is Google doing that we don't know about? What is Amazon doing? Hell, what is Netflix doing? When they're creating what stuff that you're looking at. At some point, it's kind of how all this social media stuff works,
right?
To an extent, So
I mean, I think. I mean, obviously, it's inevitable. Any service you use online that you interact with in any way, they're going to record and keep your data, and that's just kind of a given. And it doesn't really bother me when it comes to consumer stuff. Like Amazon and Netflix. I mean, what's the worst Netflix is going to do? They saw I watched like a dirty movie or something, which they don't even have, and it's like, what do they got on you, right? Or like Amazon, they're going to find out the things you buy, and all they're going to try and do is effectively try to sell you more similar items. The thing that's a little worrisome and scary about Facebook is that there's a lot of very personal content and data that goes on, not just in your profile, but in private messages, in chat, threads, posts, and all that other stuff that, even if you're not intent, like even if I don't flat out say like I want to buy a Honda and then tomorrow I get Honda ads, it's like way more subversive than that. You may just be talking about mentioning some random thing, and it starts to. I mean, he claimed that they don't scan messages, but I call total bullshit.
Yeah,
because I've had way more than one event, where I mention something in a chat or I post about it, or, and it shows, there it goes. It shows up like the very next day.
Right.
And at one point they were even asking if they record audio and they listen. And I mean, I don't know if Facebook has that capability, but you do wonder,
And why do they ask weird questions?
Because half of those guys don't know what the hell's going on. Some of them were so fanboy-y, they were like holding up their iPads being like, look, here's my Facebook account. Me and my family love Facebook. It's like, no, you're here to question this dude. Stop like kissing. Like, what are you doing, man?
One guy was
they're looking to get Facebook to fund their campaign.
Well, then that came out. Then Facebook ended up donating to pretty much every one of the people who questioned them.
Yeah, because the weird part about it too was like, they were like, one of the guys was asking, "Yo, would you like to divulge what hotel you stayed in last night?" I was like, "What?"
He said no, but I think the guy was making a point, because that's basically what was happening with us, meaning the normal people. Where they were tracking where you were, and then they were saying, hey, like Yelp, I think it's Yelp does this. Yelp is like, hey, welcome to Seattle, here's some really cool eating spots that you can go check out. And that's happening all the time. So when they were asking Mark Zuckerberg that question, that's what they were doing. He was setting him up. By the way, Dave Atsy says he's addicted to Facebook, but trying to minimize time on the platform. Yeah. But the point that the congressman was trying to make is, if you're not willing to share this information, what makes you think everyone else does?
Fair enough, yeah.
Like, for me, I think, like what Google does is they take a look and they give you free email. They scan the emails to see what you're interested in, and those are the ads that they give you. Now, that part makes sense to me because I want to see ads about sports. I want to see ads about art. I want to see ads about. I don't need an outfit to go to medieval times.
Isn't that the same extent what Facebook does too?
The difference is the reason why Facebook is currently in trouble, and this might be the first domino in a set of dominoes, The reason why they are getting in trouble is because they were selling people's information to third-party vendors.
Right.
And one of those just happened to be a Russian outfit that manipulated. They didn't manipulate it. They used that data to try and get folks to vote a certain way.
Yeah.
Or there was things like information that was on Facebook, depending on your political views, those political views were being shut down because they weren't leaning left, I believe. So there was some supportive Donald Trump pages that were being blocked just because they weren't progressive. So there's a lot. This whole thing is a whole convoluted conversation that's happening with people. You're being tracked.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. But this is something that's been happening forever.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime
the government tracks you. You can't go anywhere. That's why your car needs a license plate.
Right.
Your license has a code on it. Your social security card has a thing. Your visa has a number. And whenever you do anything, all that stuff gets recorded. They want to track people.
And I feel like anytime you sign up for any kind of social media thing, if people didn't notice, and I learned this a long time ago, that like the reason why it's free is because you are the product. That's why they have it.
Exactly.
That's why Instagram is free. That's why Twitter is free. That's why Facebook is free. And legally, as long as they put it in their terms of service, and if you don't choose to read that, which most people don't, then they're free to do that, to an extent,
Right.
Which
if you agree to it, they can effectively do anything as long as it's in.
That's why, and people do it on their phones. And I tell my family, wife, including other people in my family all the time, my mom and anybody like that. I'm like, don't just be blindly clicking through stuff, because everybody, like on your phone, has to ask you, do you want your location to be? You want Facebook to use your location? You want Facebook to do this? They do all that for a reason, Right. so that like, you can't go be like, hey, why you know where I'm at? Why does this random Instagram app know my location now or whatever, and like broadcast where it is when I post a picture, next to because they like tell you.
But then that stuff is. I remember when location services first came out, I was like, this is really creepy. Like, why do I want people to know where the hell I am? But then it becomes easy when you're taking pictures of trees and stuff, and you're trying to post that stuff, and you're in the middle of trying to show everyone that 100% of your day is 100% sunshine, and everything you do, every breath of your life is super, super cool. You have to show them. And all of a sudden it started to make sense. I was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because when
I kind of agree with Dave. He says there's a fine line between convenience and creepiness.
There is.
It doesn't bother me that when I land in Seattle, Yelp says, take a look at these restaurants you might like. But then if you're taking that and selling that information to someone else, that's where I start to be like, oh, okay, hang on.
They probably are.
But then on the other side of that coin is, well, as long as you're tailoring all this junk mail, because like how many times do you go and you check your mailbox and you have an ad for, say some random diaper service?
Oh yeah, that's random. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, I've got that.
How dare you?
I'm gonna help you out there. No, not me.
Or like just whatever that direct marketing thing. And I used to work at a direct marketing place,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and so they would collect this information. This is
Yeah,
nothing new.
Right.
This is nothing new. They would record, and even here in the States, you guys in Australia, let me know if you guys do this, but we have these census reports that we get every couple few years, and you have to write out there, this is my name, this is how many people live here, this is, all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm a brown kid, I make this much money, la 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 la. They say that it's to better move money around to make.
Well, it is. That's not
school
entirely a falsehood.
Right. Right.
But it has many other purposes.
Yeah. But data collection is nothing new.
Right.
Everyone, if you're a business person or if you're running a business, none of this stuff is new, because you want tailored information.
Right.
Because if you're going to send, again, let's go to the diaper service. If I'm going to send 1,000 coupons out, but only 5 people in that one neighborhood even have babies.
Yeah.
Why would I waste 995 of these coupons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and like Dave said, fine line between convenience and creepy. I mean, it is mutually beneficial. Like, if I did not have a baby, I would not really want those stupid ads. If I did have a baby, maybe I would. Maybe I'm looking for a deal. Maybe I don't want to have to dig through websites, and I'd prefer them to come directly to me. So there is a benefit to the user, the consumer as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there is this automatic stigma, like, well, I don't want to be target advertised to, and it's like, well, but you're already advertised to anyway. Do you really want to be forced to watch things you're never going to buy in the first place? Like, why don't you at least see things that you're somewhat interested in?
Right.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a debacle, that one.
A little bit of an issue.
I mean, I think one of the most interesting things about this is I don't think any of these companies knew that this was coming. I don't think I mean, obviously they're all in this for data mining. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that Facebook started that way, but obviously Google was very much interested in that, and many of the other companies. But I don't know that they. I mean, maybe they did, but it's one of those things where, as history's proven, laws are so far behind the technology, and there's going to be an onslaught of these types of things, like these meetings with congressmen in the Senate, and these new bills that introduce privacy acts and all sorts of things, and it's gonna be weird. There's gonna be a lot of regulations, some that will be horrible and some that will be great.
Right. And like Charlie had mentioned earlier, like if you aren't providing a product, or if you're not buying the product, you are the product.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there was a question that I saw as I was snooping around the internet today. It said, would you pay for Facebook? If you had to pay for Facebook, would you pay for Facebook? And if you did, how much would it be? Or how much would you pay?
Well, under what circumstances? Is that like, given that all the ads go away, or given that I'm guaranteed they don't sell my information? Like, I mean, what am I getting in exchange for payment?
Well, I don't know.
Because payment doesn't guarantee any of that stuff goes away. There's plenty of services and apps and games and stuff out there that you pay for that you're still advertised to, or they're still keeping your data. I mean, everybody pays for an iPhone or whatever, and there's gazillions of apps and incoming and outgoing data about your usage on a phone, and you've paid for that quite substantially. You've signed a contract that says they can do that. I mean, payment doesn't really guarantee you anything unless it's agreed upon. You know,
right? And that's, I mean, again, we're talking about corporations, and a corporation's job is to make money. At the end of the day, that's all they don't give a damn if you eat their cheese, if it's good, if it's bad. They don't care. They just want you to eat the cheese. And driving a car, whether or not it's a safe car, they literally have lawyers in a room that do the math. Lawyers and accountants doing the math behind. If a car is going to blow up, they will do the math to see what is more convenient for them. Do we keep producing the car and take a chance and then pay off the people that blow up? Or do we recall the cars and actually fix it? And if it's cheaper to fix the car and do a recall, then that's what they do. Otherwise, there's just going to be a bunch of people that blow up, and then
we'll pay out the lawsuit and hopefully come out ahead.
Right. So a corporation's job is to find different ways to make money. So if you buy a phone, let's say Google, you have a Google phone,
Google Pixel 2,
Google, and they're magnificent phones.
Beautiful phone. Love it.
You get a phone, it's somewhat subsidized. You get all the Google stuff, all the Google software on there, which is super, super helpful. It's mobile, and like everything is super convenient. Yeah, they make a little bit of money off of phones. They make a little bit of money licensing the software. And it's just another revenue stream for them to sell users' data. But now what's hilarious is if you look at pictures of Mark Zuckerberg, whenever he has his laptop open, he has tape across the camera because there's folks out there. He knows that there's creepy people out there trying to do stuff.
Creepy.
Tracking him and doing all that stuff, or trying to track him and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, because he's part of the war.
Can we come in?
Yo!
It's your favorite friends, Charlie.
Look at, he's checking the back end. So let's say Facebook moves into, like, let's say the Netflix revenue plan. They're selling memberships. Would you guys want to do that? Let's say, so like what Netflix does is they have unlimited, well, it's only limited to the content that they have licensing to, but they have virtually unlimited content. You can watch it as many times as you want, ad free. Would you guys join Facebook?
I mean,
the membership plan.
But like, again, what am I getting in Facebook?
Facebook with no ads.
With no ads. No
tracking. Well, I don't know, because I'm sure Netflix does some tracking. I don't know.
Netflix takes a lot of data from what you're watching and what you're even clicking on.
In a world where there's nothing like it, if it was different, where possibly, it would have some kind of weird one-time fee or whatever, you become a member or something, $30 or something. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Because then the whole structure would be different, right?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, exactly. It would depend on what I'm getting.
Different. Instagram would be different. If Facebook was the most, like, we're telling that probably be the king platform of that.
And if you could more control what you yourself are seeing and not rely on their damn algorithm, like, then yeah, maybe. Like I think the whole reason a lot of people jump on these platforms is with the understanding that, I'm going to connect with somebody or some service or some news outlet or some bit of content that I want to see. And then, by the time you've liked or subscribed to several hundred things or several hundred people, I mean, the reality is true. There's just too much for you to ever actually consume in one day. So, so they've come up with these algorithms to pare it down and show you only what they think you really want. I mean, Instagram's the same way. But
Right.
I think we all were under the misconception that we were going to see what we signed up for. And I think if that was a guarantee, or you could control that a lot better, I think that would be very enticing to a lot of people. You could number them or prioritize them, or whatever you want to do. Make sure I get through all of column A's before you show me column B's, or if you could control, because that's what I use Facebook for, and that's what I use Instagram for. It's like, I want to see this content, so stop only showing me the same person that I've hit unfollow for 7 times. Like, what are you doing? And it's like, if you do have an algorithm, like, it's not working, because I've literally clicked like unfollow 3 times and I'm still seeing this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, person.
I won't disclose who this person is.
He's paying somebody to like, yo, put me on Jack's thread again. I'm off. Somebody's gonna lose their job this week.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would.
I don't think I would either, just generally because I don't even really like it now, and I'm not paying now.
Yeah. And what sucks is it's such a valuable tool, because if it wasn't for things like Facebook, we wouldn't be able to connect here. We wouldn't be able to connect with Shiloh and Sean and Dave.
Right.
So part of, I can see, I'm torn. Well, no, I'd use it if it were free, understanding that. And if you want to track me and you want to do all that stuff, that's fine. Just don't sell my information. Especially don't sell my information to a possibly hostile organization. Yeah.
Well, here's the part that I think is really, really unclear, and it's a fine line, and it's a little hazy, but I think it actually makes all the world in the difference of when I would and wouldn't be okay with it. And they have not disclosed, because it's kind of part of their black box, and I don't think that they ever will disclose unless it becomes, criminal or some sort of, subpoena by court.
Yeah.
But the way in which they sell the data, it's very unclear in whether they sell statistics and they sell blocks of data. Like, they say, okay, we have 1 million users that are brown-skinned folks that voted for Hillary and they live in this neighborhood. Do you want to market to them? I'm fine with that, because that's a block of data. I'm fine being part of a block of people, of info, and you're trying to market to a specific demographic. I think what people instantly jump to is like, some researcher service or some advertiser suddenly knows everything about me personally, what my address is or what I buy or what I do. That it's very unclear if they're actually selling individual data or they're selling groups of data. I know that, like, if you go on there and you buy a Facebook ad, you pick demographics. Like, I want to advertise to people who are interested in sketching. Okay, right? That, and me as an advertiser, I don't find that morally wrong. Like, I don't know anything about anybody specifically. I just know I want to find sketchers and I want to market to them. Great. That's beneficial to me. Yeah. That's beneficial to you. And I think everybody is okay with that. I'm under the impression that that is kind of how they use their data. But I think people are trying to get if there's more to it. If obviously Facebook has direct access to individual data, but the question is does that minute individual detail get sold or get access? Do companies gain access to that?
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. In terms of like, because when you guys put it that way, then I can think of, because I had to kind of like the nonchalant attitude with the whole thing, but it kind of makes sense why I can make people nervous too. But I always this whole thing. Data. I didn't think it would. I never thought it would be like, individual. I always thought it was like demographics and like.
And can we talk just a little bit about the audience?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the audience, because the frustrating thing for me is, okay, so supposedly this Russian group bought a bunch of data and they bought a bunch of ads.
Okay.
Who cares? Who cares? Like, are you that silly? And now that I'm going down this road, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
Are you that silly in the head to think to like I'm sitting here one day and I'm just thinking, yeah, I think I'm having the first female president is going to be wonderful, and then I see an ad that says Trump is going to make America great again. And then I think to myself, that's all I needed to change my mind. It's so frustrating to me that people are lazy in their thinking. Yeah. And they just take what, like, I've seen some horrible Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like Trump was like, posing with Trump and his I think it was Trump and his parents were wearing Klan outfits, and the Photoshop was horrible.
Yeah, that one's really bad.
But Middle America don't think it's horrible.
Will you come on, please?
No.
I mean, the Photoshop was so bad, just like these folks that get this happened, and I know, Jack, you're gonna bust out laughing when I say this, but people think that Justin Bieber is a space alien because the video that was showing his eye.
Wait, what?
Yeah. This thing really happened. Like his I guess it was the pixelation, or like the scan lines for this video made his eyes look like they were either blacked out or something. And then someone was like, "Oh, see, look at this picture. He's an alien." Not giving into it, not even looking at the fact that maybe it was just a bad digital camera. It blows my mind. Horrible Photoshop, silly stuff. Like, just
dumb.
Do some leg work, please. The internet is there. You're sitting in front of the TV. If something shows up, take out your iPad and be like, even Snopes.com is. Is Justin Bieber actually an outer space alien? Do some legwork. Please, don't make it so easy. It's crazy. Crazy.
Basically, do some really cool 3D work and some projects and shit together so it goes viral.
And that's about, could you imagine? Once this VR stuff actually happening?
That's what's scary about it, is it's like the fake news thing and people just sort of believing anything they read on the internet it's already kind of an issue. Yeah. And it's just going to get exponentially worse when, I mean, you've seen these hyper realistic face renders and, voices that sound just like you're going to get videos that are literally, propaganda that are saying so-and-so said this and did this, and it's not real at all, but it's going to be so convincing that.
And the unfortunate part is, especially these days, you don't even have to have CG stuff. Like, someone can just accuse you of something.
Yeah.
And now it's you're guilty until proven innocent.
Right.
And that's the scary part of this whole thing. Like, when things go viral, like, people's lives are changed, whether it's positive or negative. When something goes viral, and you're not ready, and then imagine having a 3D scan of yourself out there doing some nonsense.
Yeah.
I cut you off, Jack. I'm sorry.
No, I was just being silly.
We're not ready.
He wasn't ready.
I don't know what to do. He wasn't ready. Not Cat Williams, but anyway, yeah. Bitches be tripping. That's all I know what to say anymore. Like, oh my goodness. And I can't tell you how many times there's just been someone that's sharing one of these goofy posts about, oh, look, Trump had lunch with Satan last week.
What?
Come on. It's so crazy to me.
Yeah, it does. The internet has a way of connecting people both for good and for bad. The weirdos have a way of finding each other and amplifying their voice.
Right.
That's one of the big reasons why people are starting to think that the Earth is flat again.
Yo, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I can't even like.
Until they prove that it's flat.
Yeah. What did you just say?
I said it's the dumbest thing you've ever heard until they prove it's flat.
Prove it, yeah. I saw a YouTube video of a guy who took a plate and like poured water on a plate and said, "Look at this." like it was just like, are you saying because you poured water into a flat surface, that's the reason why?
Listen.
That's the reason
what was the one? That was the one where the guy was like, so if you're standing, let's just say standing outside and it rains on you, now you're wet. But if you go in the water.
Oh, the water's wet argument that's been going around?
Yeah. You're not wet. You're just underwater. And there's people having these legit, like, hardcore conversations about this goofy shit.
Sometimes you gotta reach and just snipe people.
Yeah, we gotta get smart and quick, because technology is not slowing down. If anything, it's just exponentially faster.
Speeding up.
And people are not. We're in trouble.
Wrong.
What would it take for you guys to get off of Facebook?
A couple of button clicks. Actually, I've heard it's not actually that easy. Oh no, sorry. No, I watched this thing about Amazon about how difficult it is, and there's this thing called gray design or black design, gray design, where they intentionally design things so that they're really difficult to find. And in order to disable to cancel your Amazon account, you have to go through. It was like he counted. It was like 9 menus, like 300. And then once you get through it, it's not even called close my account. It's called subscriptions or something else. Then you click on that, and then you have to talk to a chat person and basically say, I want to close my account. And then they're going to obviously talk you out of it. So it's like you got to go through all this stuff, and you can't just do it yourself. So I don't know. Maybe Facebook is equally as difficult to close an account. And as they asked Mark Zuckerberg, once it's closed, is it actually closed?
Yeah, that's the key word there. They rather you just.
I mean, you're not actively updating it anymore, but
yeah, they rather you just not log into your account rather than close it. Because then it gives like, it just gives it gives them hope that you can open it back up, you know.
And how much fun is it when people are like, oh, I don't even get on Facebook anymore. I just use Instagram. I'm like, Facebook owns Instagram. Oh,
Triggered.
Yeah, I don't know what it would take. I'm getting close. I feel like it. I don't use it. I think that's the biggest thing is I just have kind of stopped using it for the most part. I mean, I scroll through every once in a while, but like, my actual active involvement is pretty minimal. So I'm kind of like, it's probably causing me more harm than good.
I still look at I have a lot of Facebook groups and stuff, art related and family and stuff in general on there.
Yeah.
My main chat, though, I mean, we have our chat, our ongoing group chat on Facebook still, but my other main chat with my other buddies is just recently, as of like last week, I would say, moved to Google Hangout chat that they've been using, which I was surprised. You know, it was like me chatting with my good friend Sheehan and Danny Williams, and then Mike DeFeo.
Why not Slack?
Because then Slack is something you have to like, I think, download more. I think everybody has this one already because it's Google. You know, they have their account. But I don't know a lot. Like I think I've told you this before. I don't know a lot of people that use it besides like my other good friend Justin who uses it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always something that like people catch me on while I'm looking at my like email. Now, obviously, because I have the Google billboard now, you know, I can use it a lot more. But I still use the messaging app. I don't use it, but outside of like some of the Hangouts I was a part of, some other Hangouts and stuff I was a part of, and you know, Patrick likes to use it. You know, likes to use it. He's at work and stuff. I wasn't using it that much, so I don't know how much Hangouts is kind of like kicked off. I did notice that like when I got this phone, Google was really pushing Allo. So ALO is like their other.
What is that? I've never heard of that.
Yes, so it's like this. Where's it at here? It's like this yellow icon. Where is it?
Oh, well, because you got a Google phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go do it here. There it is. It's called Google Allo, ALLO, and they were trying to get people to use this. It's like their bona fide chat program, where all it does is chat. You know, it looks.
Wait, so are they retiring Hangouts, or what do you?
No, it's in tandem. So since Hangouts can still do video and stuff like that, it's different.
So the chat that's like in under your email, that's Hangouts, yeah?
Right.
So what's this then?
This one's a new one, which I didn't know about it till I got this phone. They were pushing. Yeah, I put it on here.
Let me see, because there was something else that Google made.
Here, where's that? So it looks like.
Man, I can't see nothing.
Ooh, hold on, let it focus.
Okay.
You go focus.
It's like a hotspot.
Maybe it won't. Here, we gotta find a website about it. I'm sure there's a website about it. Carlos can pull up. Allo, a smart messaging app. Yeah, here we go. Say allo, allo, like hello, allo, allo. That's what it is.
Hello.
Allo. It's Australia.
Hey, Aussies, do you guys use this down there?
Hello.
Yeah.
Governor.
No, that's the wrong side.
I know. That's what I thought of. Go with it.
You can say hello, mate.
So it's Allo.
That's
so it's allo.google.com. It says Google Allo is a smart messaging app that helps you say more and do more. Express yourself better with stickers, doodles, and huge emojis. I think hopefully what I wanted to do, because Android, we talk about Android a little bit here. Google has the best version of Android on the Google phones. It's like stripped down. It's not wrapped with some other weird, stupid thing. Google Assistant. It's the best version of Android, right? So the hope is that Google Allo takes the place of the messaging app, because right now the hardest thing that's been tough on having this phone is not having iMessage. And iMessage is the latest and greatest in terms of messaging, right? I don't have to, it's circumvented the whole SMS, the MMS type of thing that you do with text messaging, and it turns everything into like a Facebook type of chat or iMessage type of chat, right? I could send Carlos a picture, shows up as a picture. I could send him a video, it just shows up as a video in his thing. I think Allo is getting to the, I think it's getting to that point. You see what I did that? Like, yeah. So, but it looks like that. It looks like iMessage. So my hope is that, like, right now, the default Google Messenger app has not been the best for me, right? Like, say I sent like a picture to you, Jack, from my photo section. It was sending like it would send you like a Google Photos link, right? Instead of just showing you the picture, unless I downloaded a different type of text messaging app, or unless I use the messaging app and not was in my photos section. So I think Allo is like a good way of that's going to unify that. So hopefully,
so hopefully we found our show title.
Hello. Oh, it's funny. I on my little like if you swipe to the right, Google has like a news page. It says, "Get ready to text from your desktop using Android messages." That's like their default messenger app. That's kind of funny. But like, I'm hoping they integrate the messenger app.
Way to go, guys!
Yeah, I hope they like integrate both of them because it looks cool. But the whole thing right now is like, I would have to say, "Yo, Jack, Carlos, go ahead and download Hello," and like let's use that to text. And that's the stupidest thing ever, where you don't have to do that with an iPhone, right? You don't have to get somebody to use a different program.
Right.
Even with the Hangouts, right? It's just like people are using Hangouts like we use right now for the podcast, but like some people are using them already just to hang out and talk. So it was easy for them to switch over, like my other group, to switch over and just chat on it all day. This one's like a kind of like a. It's tough to get people to do. I told Monica to go ahead and download it. She was like, "Nah, I ain't doing that." And that's like a general unique like response from most people. If you have to tell somebody, "You want to talk to me now?" Download this special app.
Just does not care.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not doing it. I don't have any room on my phone with with iPhones, right? Like,
I'm all out of space.
Yeah, they're running out of space. So I can get space. But it looks like a really good app though. That's the funny part about it. It feels like iMessage,
Yeah.
It feels like, so
I will say
it's like integrated with Google Assistant too.
That's one of the good things about what Apple has going on. I love not having to have my phone and being able to answer text messages on the computer.
Yeah, and I think that was that little like news thing I just saw. They must have started doing it the same way, where they have their Messenger app for a desktop version. It's kind of cool with those. The crazy part about this one that they don't do with iMessage, and I think Apple knows they would just like ultimately win but hurt themselves at the same time. They don't offer iMessage on the Google Store or the App Store. It's not like a separate app, right? They kept that integrated. The minute they do that, now it's easy for Jack to go and try to Pixel for 2 years, because he'll have iMessage and it'll be fine. Because the cool thing about this thing is you can change. So say I download a new chat program, I want to use a different one. I got like 3 of them I'm trying right now. It'll just say, you want to make this your main chat, your main text messaging program? You say yes, and then now that's your main. So you can interchange them like crazy. But imagine if iMessage was like an actual app I could download. Then that's going to be Charlie's main app.
Yeah, but like why would Apple allow that on Google?
Exactly. But technically Google's doing it right now. So I just scroll to the bottom of this.
Right. At the same time, it's on
the App Store already,
You can get all of this. You can get all this stuff. You can get Allo on the App Store.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So others are doing it, already.
Yeah. I think that's one of those things where, for as much as Apple wants to control the user experience, there's a lot of people that say, "I bought this phone. You can't tell me what to put on and what to put off, or what to put on and what not to have on my phone.
Right.
It's my phone."
So technically, if they do figure it out and catch up with Apple in terms of iMessage, and they integrate the default messaging Android app with
that's a big win for them.
Then now everybody on iPhones is going to download the Allo one, right? Because now there's a big enough user base to say, "Hey, I want to talk to Charlie, or I want to have a seamless integration with all those Android users, and I have an iPhone.
It says here, chat on Android, iOS, and web.
Yeah, and I don't want to switch, because I love my iPhone. This is the way I can do it because I know 35 people that have Android, for whatever reason. Now you can do it. But it has to hit, right? It's kind of like Instagram, right? It's like the Instagram DM section doesn't work if no one's on Instagram, but they are, so it works,
Yeah.
So it's interesting. But yeah.
Oh, and that's another thing that we can talk about too, because I know Dave Atsey has been trying to figure this whole thing out. They redesigned the algorithm.
Oh, I heard about that. Some people don't like that too.
I guess it's frustrating a lot of people because now, like, some of the changes, and Dave is way more well-versed on this than I am. I was actually following and listening to him and chatting with him, trying to figure out what it's all about. But apparently you can post something and if someone writes something there, depending on the length of the message that they put, it affects whether or not your post starts moving up the chain. And then they give you, I think it's about an hour to reply, and it can't be cool or anything like that. It has to be like a thought out message. Like, it has to be longer than 4 words. And like, all this stuff is happening. And folks are trying to figure it out. Folks are trying to, get views and all that stuff. And yeah, that's becoming a thing with especially artists, because
right.
Everyone is out there trying to get their popular on.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily working.
Right. It's interesting.
And I think for me, if I don't if I want to get a lot of likes or whatever, and I don't, in my head, it just means that I have to draw more. Okay. All this time, it's not that. It's that the algorithm hates me.
That could be right. It's really, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's another hurdle, I guess, that people have to figure out. They want to be Instagram famous, and there's people out there doing it. You just have to figure out what it is that they're doing and do it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
We're getting into my drawing. I'm trying to figure out this.
What else?
This pattern for my cheetah.
What's next?
That's kind of all I have. We can move into an artist inspiration.
You're the inspiration. You bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration.
You get me every time, Peter Cetera. Every time.
So who is this?
Oh,
Zen
for you.
Yo, calm it down. Calm it down. I thought we would take it
Shit.
easy this week on you. You pulling out stuff.
No, we're going.
Click on the mature content.
I should. I saw that one. I was like, whoa.
You just nonchalantly put this up like, hey, I'm just going to show this off today.
I should have shown this when Marco Bucci was on, because it has the same flavor as what Marco. The delivery, the content is obviously different, but the delivery has a lot of very similar aspects to it. Somewhat loose painting, and
this is 2D, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the fact that she was able to make that like skin, whatever you want to call it, look semi-translucent with like subsurface scattering, like Watman. I don't know what's going on right now. That's not easy to do.
I want to figure out. I want to see what software.
Scroll all the way down at the bottom. Keep going.
Digital 2D illustration.
Software use Photoshop. Right above.
Yeah, there you go. Photoshop. So that's
she has process stuff too. Yeah.
Bonkers.
Oh yeah, Carlos, at the bottom of the page, click on the little arrows. It'll make it bigger.
What you talking about?
At the bottom of the drawing.
Oh, I see what you're talking about, like that. So this is, but they're not letting me go to the next one.
You just gotta go back then.
That's enough of that.
Nope, that's Pinterest.
No, not Pinterest.
Click off of it, and you should have it. You should have it right there.
So we'll just do this. So yeah, this is.
Oh, so that's how she
starts
painted
with
that.
lines.
Okay.
Throws down the color.
Okay, let's pause it here. Jack, somebody, Carlos, tell me how this works. I feel like it's like 1999, 2000. We just jumped 5 steps because the shading. I'm not computing. I like color. That's part. I like coloring. This is not computing how she did it. I don't understand how she's getting this level of folds and shading.
Look at
Yeah.
And this is it. I mean, this is like Margot Bougie said. Like people are asking, "What brush do you use?"
It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't
Something
matter.
tells me nothing matters.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter, but I like the process. You know, I don't. It's an excuse for an artist to be like. Now I keep hearing that, you know, but some people I know it's excuse just because they don't want to. They don't want to share, but it's a different. I feel like it's a different time now. No one's gonna learn how you did this just even if you explain it, but it's nice to hear how it is.
So now look at the
really
cape.
Care about the brushes, but just
look at the cape. The cape there.
Mm-hmm.
The cape there. That's like first you start out with a box. Push and pull points.
Look as big as
push and pull points, and it'll turn into this.
Yeah, I feel like she put the pattern over it, right? She put the circular patterns over this one, overlaid them or whatever, or painted them or whatever. That doesn't feel like as big of a jump as the one above it, but I understand that people are not doing every single.
I agree. That from that to that is just bananas. So anyway, yeah. And then if you just do a couple layers in Photoshop, it turns into that.
It's cool.
Let's see what else. You want to see the mature
she
content?
She does that skin thing good too. Oh,
and this is the one that's the one that I told you like. Anime always baffles me because
I have some coffee books just like this where. I was like, oh, I like this artist. And then I bought the book at a con. And I started looking through it. I'm like, woo, we getting kind of dark. Oh, now we getting weird. I can't never have this book just laying out. People
people look at me differently. Talk. Even this little environments for Charlie.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that one. This one too.
If there's any, look at this where she's pouring milk on herself, or actually no, that's like dragon vomit.
Little demons.
No, the demons puking.
Demons coming out like
with the little baby alien playing.
I always go to this. Zine.
Mm-hmm.
What do your dreams look like?
I don't even know if I want to know what her dreams are like because it seems like they're very, very stressful.
Yeah.
They might be.
Look at a little bit more realistic.
Cryptids.
It doesn't say software. But come on, Legend of the Cryptids.
See, that seems like a card game or something. You know, like it just feels like that type of like art, like Dungeons and Dragons, or like because all those things are very like descriptive and like highly detailed. Those type of drawings.
So yeah, artstation.com/zine, ZEENE. And then just look at this is a selfie. This is her painting. Not just kidding. Just kidding. It's just magnificent. Zine. And then look at some of this creepy stuff.
That's creepy right there.
Like that.
That's a cool one though. I like that one too.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see like some.
Oh wait, go. Sorry, one more. It's a very different one than all the other ones. On the far right side, I'm gonna keep going. It was like a super minimal. There, the silhouette and the shadows. Yeah, that.
Ooh.
Huh. Interesting.
It's like a twisted American Idol.
Also a dream. Someone does have some weird dreams.
Yeah. She's like, this is
Calling
what
out for
my,
help.
this
They're
is
like,
what my dreams look like.
they're like, help me! I
Ooh,
can't
poor
sleep
thing.
at night. I can't sleep.
Yeah. So yeah. Artstation.com/zine.
All right. Now, for mine, I was gonna show one, and I feel like we might have seen it before, and
I'm just gonna show one. Well, this is artist inspiration, not a whole.
Oh, hang on.
No,
do you
no,
guys want to see? Do you guys want to see a close up of that creepy dude?
Yeah.
This will be super
Yeah.
fast, and then I'll be quiet.
But I think you. I don't know if we might have shown. Ooh,
That's a close up
Okay.
of creep.
All right. He actually looks like he might be kind of cool, aside from his deformity.
I
He's
think
got-
it's
he's got
I
kind
think
of
it's
a
a
friendly
wiener with
face.
he's a
legs.
cool person.
Nah, he's got kind of a friendly face.
In spite of
Look at his little wave. He's just waving. He's even got a bell. He's got a bell to warn you that his ugly ass is coming to you.
He's got bracelets.
Yeah. So I don't know if we've shown this one before. I know that Jack has him on his Instagram,
Hmm.
and I got to
All right, I'll call you out if you did.
thank you. So I had a backup just in case. Like, have we shown Nublin before?
I'm terrible with names,
All right,
No idea.
here we go. Let's just
especially these handles that people come up with. I can never.
The trances.
Zatrancis. I'll never forget that one.
I don't even know how to pronounce his real name. So
Zatrancis.
It's Mike. And,
Like, it's CBW3. No, we haven't shown him, but he is on my.
Hooligan.
He is on my page, but
So
yeah.
he was at C2E2.
Oh, cool.
And like
Hey, look who follows him. Zatrancis.
the trances
And-
and Critterosity.
Yeah, girl.
And Sketchbook Attack. Shout out to Curiosity. Hey, girl. How you doing? Yeah. So I got to see this guy's booth. Cool dude. And like all con, Patrick is trying to pressure me to buy these prints that he's finding. He's finding prints like he's my art dealer and saying, "Oh, you should buy this." I'm like, Patrick, I know you like it. Go buy it. Patrick ended up buying like 2 prints. One was a really cool framed like
He wants you to put it on the wall.
Skywalker type deal, but it was a really cool screen printing type deal. Whatever. I'm like, no, I'm very picky, as you can see, with what I'm going to actually throw on a wall and stare at every day. That's why I don't have anything up here because I don't think I can ever make that decision. I don't know. This guy, I came close. I almost bought like 4 or 5. Then I said, I'm going to wait. Maybe buy it off of his site because I saw stuff on his site. But check this guy's stuff out. He does like he's got like graffiti. Obviously, I'm partial to graffiti and urban street style type of stuff. Really love different people's piece books and stuff like that. This guy fuses his like geekiness for like pop and like and comic book culture into the graffiti style and it's great. Look at this Batman. This Batman's wearing like a leather jacket,
Yes.
carrying an 8-ball,
And he's got Mickey Mouse gloves on.
Yeah, and like he had prints of this, right? So this guy's use of color is really cool, where it's like bold blue, like a bold like blue background too. So imagine this in like a huge print with a nice black frame around it, really minimalistic. I throw that up on these walls in a second. Basically, have you seen the paneling on my walls? That'd be perfect for this. If I had a couple of them, they were like bright blue, orange. Like when I keep showing some more of these, they're different, crazy colors. You can see one back there. They're different. And then also he's gotten into like doing character design, and then they make them into toys too, which has been cool. But I love like he does Star Wars. He starts to do other type of like
Lando, come on, son.
So let me find some other stuff here. Let me find some print stuff. Like look at this one. Love it. It's X-Men. That's like Storm, a version of Storm. Here's another version of Storm. Really cool, like takes on like, you know, all of them wearing Chuck Taylors and like, you know, even like Captain America and Avengers. What we got here? I love this one. I wish this one was a print. It's like, I love the different style, different takes on them. So like, this would be cool if I had a bunch of these, because it'd be different. It wouldn't be just comic book. It'd be like, they have one of Leia. She like, it's the coolest rendition I've seen of Leia. Like, look at this one here. This one's awesome too. It's like just
I'm digging those shoes.
It's really, really cool. There's like, you know, it's very gorilla-esque too, you know. So like he's just like little
Well, that black and white Joker model, I've looked at that so many times.
Oh, that good.
That's some stuff I would have made.
This is like, I can see you having this one, Jack. I think you like that one. Plus, it's black and white. I mean, even the Batman I didn't like as much. The Harley Quinn was cool. That was a cool style. The Batman one, and then hit in the actual like. This is kind of cool too. I thought this felt like. I don't know why this felt Clockwork Orange to me, ish, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I can see that.
Small bowler hat.
Look at this one. Look at this take on Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
Rick. This one's really good. This one's like sold out on his site.
Whiskey Rick.
This is like Hawk Girl. It's a really cool one. I love this one, but that one's sold out. Spider-Man's obviously he's made to make Spider-Man in this style, obviously. There's another good one on here. Where's that? So you can kind of see how these prints are. These are how like its prints are, which they're like really minimalistic. I love the Boba Fett one in like the 2D suit. But if I go longer, they're at his booth and they're pretty big. I love that he did Wonder Woman with the Day of the Dead painting on her face and stuff. That's kind of cool. They were like these big long prints, you know. And they look really cool right next to each other, like 3 or 4 of them in a row. I'm trying to see if I can find one for you guys so you can see it. Yeah, so they were like mounted like these. You see these? These are like another cool way people are mounting this stuff.
Oh, that's amazing.
So this is what I thought. I put this on my wall, you know? Like really cool artwork. Like Black Canary.
You got a really cool Batman.
See, look at this. This is how some other people mounted them. Look at this one. Love that. You know? That's
cool with 2 separate frames.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm totally gonna I think I'm gonna do this. I like this one too, the way this guy did it. So then people buy his art and then like send them pictures about how they're mounting it. This guy looked like he did like a glass frame with no background to it. So like it shows the wall. So maybe what he really did was mount the artwork on the wall and then put the clear window over the artwork. You see what I'm saying? Instead of like it being actually all one piece. So that's like
so cool.
I like that idea. I want to show, before I'm done, I wanted to show you the Princess Leia one. Another good one was the Beatles. I thought of you for this one, Jack, because it was like all black and white. You know, it was like just a picture of the Beatles. I don't know. I thought it was kind of a cool one.
Ooh, I like the line where the legs are cool.
Yeah.
Interesting color palette.
Here's another one. Here's some other Star Wars.
The split frames. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It's like that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I like his posing. It's like, you know, so that's really good too. Where is the one? There's a Leia one, but that's somebody got a tattoo of it. But I'm gonna show you the real one. So we can go to his website real quick. So if you want to buy prints from this guy, it's Nuligan. Somebody pronounce it for me.
Nuligan.
Nuligan.com.
It's like hooligan, but with an N.
Okay, Nuligan. He's a visual artist. Union Street Choir. Is he a singer? Is he a singer too? Okay, cool. And he's in Sacramento, so he's close to you guys.
Charlie. That badass Batman print.
What?
$30.
I know. That's why I was like, I was buying off his site.
Sold out. Like,
It's
your own. Looks like we're gonna have to steal it.
Like, where's it at? Oh, there's a Leia one, like kind of like the Batman one.
Oh, he's got a.
But you know what? So I wouldn't be. I do like he does commissions, I think too. Because we can collaborate on some cool things here. Like I want you.
We gotta have him draw like the three of us, and we can make T-shirts out of it.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Like a Sketch Zone.
That'd be cool.
Badass Sketch Zone poster.
Do it in color, but he draws Jack in black and white.
Because Jack doesn't see color.
If I can find it. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to find this Leia one. This Leia one was cool. Is that it? Is that it right there? Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Very cool. Literally everything in his store is sold out.
Follow him on Instagrams. I was just using his website, but yeah, follow him. He is awesome. Yeah, that's my guy. He's cool. Last scan for Leia. Where are you at, girl? I just saw you beforehand. I don't know if I see him. I guess this one. Yeah, it's Princess Leia. Here's one of them. He did a couple different ones. He did one of her like leaning against a wall with a blaster, and she had like more of like a rebel outfit on, which was kind of cool. But this one was a good one too. This is a cool one too. But the Mickey Mouse hands are kind of cool. I didn't notice those, Carlos, till now. That's kind of cool.
That is. I like it.
Cool. That's it. That's it for me.
Awesome. That's a good one. So now go back to his Instagram page.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Go up to the top and hit refresh.
Refresh. Okay.
Oh, click one more.
Click where?
One more. It says followed by.
It doesn't show me.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, bastard.
Was it you?
Yeah, I wanted to see my name.
Yeah, you don't make the cut, man. Sorry.
Damn it, Nuligan.
Jack got that second spot on lock. You can't.
Hainanu Salke.
Yeah, it's like
that's a good one. That's nice.
Like this is the one like you walking by Artist Alley, and I was like, this is cool. Everybody else kept walking. I'm like, all right, I'll go find you guys later. This shit is really good.
How cool
Just
was that? Though? Oh, yeah. He lives in Sacramento too.
Yeah,
dude, that's right down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I like that dude.
I even like his website too. So
we'll rip his stuff clean off. Jack, where are you? Jack's on strike.
Jack is right. Oh, he does do commissions. Oh, is it just at like cons?
Okay. Share another. I have to go. Oh, okay. He's taking a break. So
okay, cool. We share another one. I got another one.
Yeah, go ahead and share another one.
If you got one,
I can find one.
I got
but
one.
No, go ahead. You go ahead and do another one.
So this next one is one that's been sitting in my list of people to share. for a while. Anna Tolovich. Cool. She's Russian, but we don't discriminate. So let's look at her stuff. Her stuff is really cool though. It's like a different style. Once again, it's like heavy, like it's not all the way drawn. I thought it like built on a theme that we were talking about this last couple of weeks. Like, look at this. You're like this construction stuff with this horse. Carlos, and it's like, the horse looks like he's really strong steed or whatever. But you can see, like, look how loose her. So you could tell, like, when she just started, it's like very loose the way she draws. Like, look at this. Like, this is literally sketches. Like, these hands aren't really even drawn in this picture here. Like, they're like, but she's getting the poles down really well. And then, like, her painting stuff is like really cool too. As she's like filling those things in. Well, check out her artwork here. Look at this. Like, look at all these different. I love her style though. Like, this is really cool. When she starts to paint everything, it's like, really good. Like, really good style. I love it. Something about the foreshortened shoes when they come in at the camera. It's like, it's always cool. Look at this one. Even the like background is so abstract, but you can kind of tell what it is. Like, tell that it's a city, But then this gets really crazy. Look at this. Look at this. It gets really graphic. Like,
what's that kind of monkey called? A gorilla?
Yeah. The white one.
With the red butt.
Baboon.
Yeah.
It just almost feel like she was like painting on newspaper or something.
Them teeth. Holy cow.
So really good. Like, some of this stuff, like, she really got into it. Like look at the shadowing and like the shading and lighting on these dudes' backs and stuff. Like, it all makes sense. It's a really cool style where she's like starts off like really simple, but like if you let her keep going, I like the way it's building, and I almost want to see like it when it gets really crazy. Like, it starts to like really, like, look at this one. Like, imagine if she just kept shading this and kept realizing this. The level of like lights and darks that she has in here, high sides, like hot sides and warm sides, are like really, really cool and something interesting. But then she has these little gems like this, which is kind of like really cool too. And it's got like seeing like crazy painting strokes. I think these are like angels and stuff like that. It seems like this is very like more of a serious one. Got some meaning behind that one, I feel like. What else we got here? It's kind of cool here. So she goes back from being, I feel like she paints based on her mood. Like, okay, today I'm just going to be sketchy, I'm not really going to fill everything in. Other times I'm not. It's just like really cool. So yeah, check her out. She's really good. I like her a lot.
I like it. Liana Anatolovich.
Yeah, there you go.
Anatolovich.
I'm sorry.
And you told her what?
Anatolovich.
All right. Let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up.
Wrap it up.
Oh, hey, Charlie. If people are looking for you online, where can they find you?
Oh, we're going to save that one. We'll come back to it. Oh, you can find me at a lot of different places. You can find me at carboncollective.com/Charlie B. Williams. That's my portfolio site. You can find me on Twitter, CBW3, Instagram. This is Charlie BW3. I post the most amazing pictures of food and all things that. I'm toying right now with making another one for art, or I might just feed my Instagram back in because I'm lazy.
Oh, you got to do it, Chuck.
Yeah,
let's see more art.
Yeah, I got to do
some more art
on that one. So I'm trying to think about doing that. I don't know if I want to do it with 2 Instagrams, so I might just start, throwing it on my other Instagram. I like Instagram. It's starting to grow on me even more. I've been using it for a while, but I feel I find myself in the mornings like on Instagram all the time, looking at stuff. So
yeah,
do you?
Instagram has taken my attention.
Like, I don't even scroll through Facebook anymore. Today. Like, how you know how you scroll through Facebook to see what's going on. I think I scroll through Instagram, train ride in, train ride home more. So that's a good indication. You can also find me on the almighty Pinterest, pinterest.com/CharlieBW3. Check out all the types of inspiration, stuff like that. I've been kind of going hard on that lately. It's coming into summertime. It seems like summertime I start to do more stuff in the summer than in the winters. Work is not as busy as it is, but I'm actually learning a lot of new stuff. Got some new classes coming up that I want to take and stuff like that. So there's some really good inspiration stuff for projects and stuff like that. So it should be good. Check it out. Get it in your life.
Get it in your life. Hey Jack, are you passionate? Are you passionate about sharing someone, or is it all right that Charlie did?
Oh, that's okay. Cool. I can't compete with yours anyway.
I thought you had something though there. We showed something else too. Just
people are looking for you.
Find me at sketchbookjack.com and Sketchbook Jack everywhere else, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for now.
For now. I like that you said that.
Until Mark messes up.
That's right. And I'm Carlos. You can find me at carlosrgomez.com or coconutjustice.com. Coconut Justice everywhere else. This is Sketch Zone. If you're watching on Twitch, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe.
Right down there.
Click that little subscribe button. And if I know on YouTube, if there's a little bell right next to it, so that means whenever we go on, you'll get notified. And that way you can come be a part of the fun. So yeah, we're on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. And if you want to listen to us on your ride into work or home from work, you can find us on Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play Music, and iTunes. I believe that's it for us for this week. The fun prompt again is a collection of words. Cheetah. We could even, like, if you're from New York, that would even open the door.
Don't
even
be a
wider.
cheetah.
There'll be a little greasy cheetahs. Cheetah, Jester, snowboarding, alienated, and hostile. Oh, and wasted. Hostile, wait. Whoa, that's a lot of words. Cheetah, Jester, snowboarding, alienated, hostile, wasted. That's it for us, everyone. Have a good week.
See you guys.
Thanks. See you guys.
See you.